Hey guys, how's it going? Today I thought I'd show you how I harvest my potatoes. They're in these raised beds that Fraser and I built at the beginning of the year. There were two types of potatoes in here. Currently there are just the Cannonbacks. I already took the Warbas because they're my favorite, and so I wanted to eat those right away. But now these Cannonbacks are looking a little sad, so I think they're time to harvest. Alright, so there were some Warbas in this bed before I had pulled them because I wanted to eat them, and they've been good so far. They were a little small, but I like those small potatoes. But these are the Cannonbacks that are left in here, and I pulled water to them probably about 3 or 4 days ago, and so they're looking a little sad, and that's perfect time to pull them, so it's nice and dry in here. We built these beds beginning of the year and filled the bottom with peat moss and then the rest with like a good raised bed mix. And I think they really liked it. We fertilized them, or I fertilized them, I don't know, maybe 4 times, and then put lots of compost on top of them to heal them up. Alright, that's a good bit of potatoes right there. I'm actually pretty impressed with these raised beds. The first year we've used them. Stand back so you guys can see them. So it's 10 feet, but I think maybe 2.5, 3 feet. Not sure how much soil's in there cubic wise. But over here we got some squashes going on. They're doing great, as you can see, and then some zinnias that are starting to come up here. I'm so excited to see these. And then our nice spaghetti squash, that is quite massive. But yeah, I'm impressed with these potatoes. A couple of these ones that I skinned, we'll eat those right away. I won't really only eat potatoes during the summer because it's easy for us to go through. And then there's this green one that I'll just toss right now because that's not good to eat because it was touching the sun. I don't know how. These were covered. And then there's the aftermath of all those big old plants. So I think this was a success. I think we'll definitely grow potatoes in here again. I think they really enjoyed their soil. So now let's go see, I'll show you guys how I go to store them and how I'm going to dry them off, and then where we put them in our basement. Alright, so here are all the potatoes, and this little contraption is what I use to dry them on. You can use pallets, you can use whatever you like, but this is what we had around. This is what we made, and I think it works pretty well for us because it collects all the dirt underneath here. So this is just some old wood, and then some hardware cloth that we had from God knows when. And so we just stapled it all together, and this is what the potatoes will sit on. And then we take them down to our basement. Basement's a little bit colder than the house is. Actually kind of cold, pretty cold down there. It's not a root cellar, but it'll do, and that's what we have. I'll show you guys where we put them and where the other potatoes are right in. Alright, so this is our drying situation in our basement. We have these big plastic shelf units, I guess you could call them. They're from Costco, and a couple of Fraser got from work. As you can see, we have some produce down here as well, some canning and some other things. They work great for this kind of thing, especially if you needed the airflow because they got nice holes through them. But this is how I'm going to do my potatoes. This is kind of what I did last year with my potatoes as well, and it worked out perfectly. We eat them pretty fast, so they don't really have time to go bad. But that's what works for us. It may not be the most correct way, but that's what works for us. And yeah, I'll probably do some videos here when I pull my onions and show you how I store my onions. If you guys have any tips or tricks on how you store your produce, let me know. Always up to learn something new. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.